Hello and welcome to another episode of UpGrade with Maria Kay, the podcast where your success, freedom and happiness get a weekly boost. I'm Maria Kay, and as always, it's an absolute honour and pleasure to know that you've taken this little bit of time out of your very busy schedule to tend to the most important thing for you currently. Today I'm joined, and I'm so excited, by Patricia Lohan, who's currently in Bali. We're connecting via the amazing interweb, and I'm currently in Cyprus. Patricia, an absolute warm welcome to you. You know what? Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi, everybody, and thank you so much, Maria, for inviting me here to share some of my insights. I'm Patricia, and I'm an Irish woman living here in Bali with my soulmate, my husband. What I normally go by is a bit of a manifesting queen. I'm really cool at attracting what it is I want in my life through using some cool transformational tools. And one of them is feng shui. So we're both feng shui experts, my husband and I, and that's one of the elements of what we use to help people attract their life, like create their dream life or attract what they want into their life.
Okay, so today's topic, guys, is going to be all about utilizing the power of feng shui to manifest your next upgrade, your next ascension, the next level of your life. So here we go, Patricia. Tell us what feng shui is for those of us who don't know, or maybe could use a bit more of
a little bit of a specific idea. But well, you know, a lot of people are like, feng shui, how do you pronounce it? And you know what? There's no right or wrong way of pronouncing it, first of all. And it's an ancient art of placement. So people are like, is it about where you put your furniture and where you put your mirrors? Well, that is part of it. But there's actually 3 levels to feng shui. And the first level is kind of the aesthetics around your home. The next level is knowing where everything, each house has different directions, and these 9 areas are to represent different parts of your life. So it's quite a holistic view of looking at your life, and when you know what that area in your home represents, then you are less likely to keep it messed and dirty. So there's different areas, so it could be career prosperity, love and romance, love and wealth, I would say career, prosperity, wealth, knowledge, abundance. So these different 9 areas are representative of what's going on in your life. So basically feng shui, where we spend a lot of time in our houses. A lot of us spend a lot of time in our environment, and our environment is so crucial for supporting us. People can live in homes that are supportive or not so supportive, and that's what feng shui is an art of, kind of figuring out how to harmonize it. A lot of people would describe it as acupuncture for your home. So that's kind of a deeper level of feng shui. That's when we do a consult on someone's home. We go in, we take readings, we have a look, or we do it by Skype, and we look at photos and we take the astrological reading of a house. That's it, and we figure out what are the best remedies that need to go into place to harmonize it. So there's the 3 levels. There's like the clearing, and there's the space and making sure the flow, the chi energy flows in right easily around a home. And then the second level is about knowing what area represents what in your house, and then you can kind of balance it. And then the third is a deeper form of feng shui, which is what we do also. It's like the kind of expert deep level of harmonizing. So that's what feng shui is, and how does it help you attract to kind of become better at manifesting what you want in your life? Well, we spend, as I said, a lot of time in our home, and what it can do is if the energies are out of balance or not aligned, or the place or the space is not in its kind of like, in its flow, we unintentionally place a lot of blocks to attracting what we want into our life without even knowing it. I've done a lot of work with single women who unintentionally, when we've gone into their houses, will see items and things around their house that will be literally pushing away love in their life. And it's the same for abundance and for career. It's very, very interesting and amazing when we make those small shifts that people are like, oh my God, I met the one. Oh my God, I made more money. You know, it's so fascinating.
Wonderful. So how did you come about to become this expert? What sort of led you into this arena?
Oh my goodness.
A very wide background.
Yeah. It's like,
what was it that interested you?
You know what interested me in the very, for my 16th birthday, I actually got books about feng shui, believe it or not. I asked for books about feng shui. I don't know where I had this fascination about it from. I have no idea. So I had this interest in it, and then when I was in my late teen, at 20 or so, my parents had a business. I called in a feng shui expert when the internet was like so crap. I found someone online and brought them to my parents' restaurant. My parents were not even into feng shui. They're like, what the hell is this person doing? We've got our house, she feng shuied our house a little bit, very, very general, and we put in a fish tank and fish and everything, and like my parents are so supportive, but I still didn't really know about it. I was so fascinated by it back then, and I think almost as, what it follows is almost as young people, we know what we're really good at and what sings to us, and then we forget because we're like caught by, oh, I have to go to college, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that. And I really got back into feng shui when I wanted to attract my soulmate. And I moved into a new house. I moved back from Dublin after living in India for a long time, training as a yoga teacher. Moved back to Dublin. Moved back to Dublin into this apartment, and I was like, "That's it. I'm not moving out of here until I meet the right one." And when I did that, I really set my intention on making the house as harmonious as possible, and also my bedroom. And I got my bedroom set up for love. I was like on every website trying to figure out exactly what to do. I went talks about feng shui, and then I came across a teacher who I absolutely fell in love with. She was like an earth angel. So I feng shuied my bedroom for love, and I attracted my soulmate. And people would have come into my bedroom and be like, "God, your room is so immaculate and tidy." And that's one element of it, but there was so many other little things that I did to get my space ready for love and attract that right person in. So when I met Ken, after we'd been seeing each other for a while, obviously I ended up in his bedroom. And I looked at his room and I was like, oh my God, he's feng shuied this room. Like, it was so exactly like 2 lockers, 2 lamps, all the little tweaks. And then he said, would you like a bathrobe? And I was like, oh my God, he even has a second bathrobe. That's even better than me. I don't have a second bathrobe for someone. So like all those little things. And I said to him, obviously we're together, like, and we're married now, but I said, like, did you feng shui your room? And he was like, oh, you know what? I've always been fascinated by it. So when that teacher came back to Ireland, we both trained as feng shui experts together. We were like, oh my God, we love this. And we'd read books on it and loved it. But immediately, like I said in the course, and I was just like, like it was just like awakening something new. So when I did the course, I loved it. I was like, oh, they have to do consultations and all that great stuff. And now we have an online program, which is so much fun because it's even more interactive with people as they go through the process of doing the feng shui. But what the penny dropped, because for me, in like this huge awareness, because I've been working with clients on a one-to-one basis for years at that stage as a healer, an intuitive, sound healing, Reiki master, like all these different things. And I'm seeing amazing results and having breakthroughs with people, like really incredible breakthroughs, but they still never quite got over this hump. Like it was like there was this like one layer that they just still were not overcoming. And oftentimes I would have asked just intuitively, like, what's your house like, or what's going on with your home? So I remember in particular one client, she was a young girl. I worked a lot with children with special needs and autism, and she was a young little girl, and I asked her mum, I was like, can you describe her bedroom? Like, what's her bedroom like? And the mum was like, oh yeah, her bedroom's fine. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Months later, after I did the feng shui training, I bumped into her on the street, and she said, I see you've done the feng shui. I said, yeah. She said, come to our house. The minute I walked into the bedroom, I was like, what? Like, there was no headboard, so she had no support. The bed was in the wrong direction for her. The room was full of clutter. It was just really bad. And energetically, when I did like the real feng shui stuff, I was like, this room is like fighting swords. And when her dad heard that, the dad was like, it's like a war zone at night. She does not sleep all night. The only thing that they wanted for their family, no money, no extra or anything, they wanted sleep. Because if she slept, everyone else slept. So once we put in the remedy, she was sleeping, and fixed the room up. She was sleeping, and they were like, oh my God, this is amazing. And that's when I started working with more clients who I've been working with, and then ended up going into their houses and going, this is it. Like, it's like the final piece of the jigsaw, because if you're home, and recently I was on a training at another feng shui training, because you're just like constantly learning, and the woman described that we have like this 3 levels of like manifestation, and one of them is, you know, we can change our mindset. We can really like go into our mind and be like, I am better, and program ourselves and all this NLP and do whatever, so many healing modalities, which is essentially what I've been doing. And then you have the second level of your environment. And the third level is that like kind of fairy dust, that lucky level. And if you have that combination of the 3 of them, it's so powerful. And excuse me, with feng shui, that is just, it's so manageable, it's so easy. And like the breakthroughs that I see people have during the program at the moment, it's just so, it's really empowering as well, because a lot of people, when they start taking control of their home, they start really moving into their connection with their life as well. And you know, our inner world reflects our outer world. It's all mirrors. So if your environment is not harmonious, neither are you. And once you start doing the shifts around your house, you start being led to the right people for healing, or you start kind of doing some more work, you start researching, and it's like a trickle effect. And the thing with feng shui is that because it's a house, everyone who lives in the house benefits. You know, last week when one of the ladies on the program was saying that she had started doing the course, and she was doing all the work, and her boyfriend came home from work and he's like, that's it, I cannot spend one more day in this job. I've been here for 10 years. It is sucking the life out of me. I'm quitting. The only thing that had changed in her home, in her life, in both of their lives, was her starting doing feng shui. And she said that she had been looking for years. She'd been like, you know, this place isn't good for you where you're working, blah, blah, blah. And he was like totally ignoring it. And the only thing she did. So it's amazing. You hear how passionate I am about it?
Wow, absolutely. And I can't wait to hear more. Tell us, Patricia, what our listeners can do right now. What one really simple thing, you know, if they're thinking, well, I've never heard of this before, I don't really know how to apply it, or even how it can help me, you know. So what's one thing they can do right now?
The first thing that you could do right now, and this is probably it's the easiest, but the hardest, and it's free, is declutter. Like absolutely just start going through every single like little press in your house, and just do it one step at a time. So do it like a little test, like, okay, I'm gonna go into this small corner here which scares me, or say like the bookshelves and it's full of like paperwork and stuff. And when you start unearthing what's in those shelves, you know, the documents, like I have worked with clients who have like had documents from old businesses that had gone bust, like, you know, any of that energy, everything in our home has energy. So when you start like clearing out and letting go of all of the stuff that we have this innateness of like, I have to keep it, but you know, we come from nothing and we go back to nothing. So it's about being really acknowledging that and being able to just like do a declutter. And like if that's the only thing that you take away from this call today, that you go and you start like decluttering your wardrobe, like the clothes that don't fit you, the clothes that I have that for so long, I have such happy memories. Get rid of it, because if you're not wearing it and you haven't worn it in the last 6 months, there's no way are you going to wear it again realistically. And that goes through every single part of your life, wherever. So like your presses in your kitchen, those cupboards, I love going into them ones in people's kitchens, and it's full of those plastic containers. Like, how many plastic containers do you really need? Like, all of that stuff is stagnant energy. So if we look at feng shui like a river, and we treat it like it's a river flowing. So the energy comes in your house and it flows all the way around. And if it gets caught in an area that has excess clutter and excess stuff, it's stagnant. So you know, if you think about a body of water that gets stagnant, it gets really stinky, really horrible, really gross. And that's exactly that same type of energy that's stuck in those areas. So really going for a big declutter. And then, like I was saying, say with the water, the flow of water, the very most important area in your house is your front door. And I know, especially in Ireland, when I say this to people, a lot of the country people in Ireland would not use their front door. And I was just like, you know what, your front door is your mouth. So if your house is your own little universe and your own environment, and you don't feed your house, so you don't bring the chi and the energy into your house, you're not actually going to be able to keep it alive and vibrant. So clean your front door. Like give your front door a big scrub, clean it, get rid of all the cobwebs, get some nice plants outside it, buy a welcome mat to be like, hey G, come on in here. And like look at the way coming into your house, like what is the flow of the energy coming in? Is it easy to get in? Is it all weeds? Is there plants in the way? You know, a lot of people would be like they kind of, because you don't see it, and it's like all about kind of seeing your house from new eyes when it comes to the decluttering and cleaning your house. Clean your windows. You know, the way we look outside in the world is if it's foggy and dirty windows, it's actually glazing what we're creating, what we're seeing in the world. So it's all a bit fuzzy and hazy and it's not really clear. Fix your door handles, like our door handles are, or if you don't have handles on some presses, like get them fixed. They are how we handle our finances. So about keeping a handle on your finances. Really, really easy. Replace all your light bulbs. Like some of this is like general housekeeping stuff, and sometimes it's about like just hearing it going, oh my god, I've loads of light bulbs gone, and that really represents being burnt out. So if you're energetically very, very depleted, you'll find that your light bulbs will start like really going quite quickly, and that would be one other area to kind of like do your light bulbs. I'm trying to think of other stuff. Like Maria, any other questions?
Yeah, well, I was just listening to you speaking about decluttering, and you and I are world travelers, you know, we just keep going, we keep moving around. And I was just thinking, when I had to completely blitz the house to make it rental and clear, you know, years and years worth of stuff, I was thinking about how tough it was, and I wanted to kind of acknowledge that for us, and actually how it does feel like you're having stuff surgically removed, especially emotionally. So I wanted to acknowledge that. And as you said, do it gradually, do it slowly. But then on the flip side of that, I also wanted to acknowledge the absolute liberating feeling that you have when you are more and more untethered from stuff. From clutter, from material items. Yeah. This podcast is all about upgrading. It's all about rising up to a level of lifestyle that you not only desire but you deserve. It really is worth, you know, setting aside that time, but also that emotional space.
For sure.
To go deep and declutter. So I wanted to bring that up because I know it's not easy, because I've been doing it a lot over the last 5 or so years. And we're talking about family home with you name it, it was in there, you know. Build up of just family stuff that most people have in our home. And what live without.
And I loved how you used the word liberating, because that's exactly what it's about. It's about liberation, because when you start clearing stuff out, and specifically if you want to upgrade, like you have to let go of the clothes that have rips and tears and are gone and out of date, because if you want to upgrade, you need space for those new upgrades to come into your life, and you have to make the space. And that's the same with love and relationships. You have to make the space in your life, make the space in your bedroom, make the space to attract it in. And it's the same with prosperity. You have to make the space, for example, in your wallet. You know, if your wallet is full, and we do feng shui colors for the right colors for you to wear, as part of our program. And I just upgraded recently. I love the whole upgrade theme, but I upgraded recently my wallet, and I just love it so much. But this is a really good power color. I've just been showing it to Maria. It's like a red, it's beautiful red, shiny love heart wallet. When I upgraded that wallet, it was like, when I looked at my old wallet, it had little rips. It had a rip in it, which I hadn't seen, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like that's actually like really allowed that the abundance is being depleted because it has a rip in it. It's broken. It was all tarnished. It was old, but it was a good color for me to feed me, and it was good for like the time I had it. But when I upgraded now, every time I see it, I'm just like, oh yeah, I love this. Look at this. This really makes my heart sing. And one of my favorite books recently that I got like everybody to read in my course is Marie Kondo's book, The Art of Tidying Up, the Magic Art of Tidying Up, Marie Kondo. And she has like a specific way of organizing and structuring things in her life and packing and all that. But what really made a difference for me is that, and when decluttering, what to bring to mind is like does this spark joy? And if it does not spark joy, like my wallet, it sparks serious joy in me. And nearly all of my clothes in my wardrobe spark joy. And as I sit here, I go like, oh, that needs to go, and that needs to go. But and I have, just like you, Maria, we have a very small amount of stuff with us now as we travel around the world. We're here in Bali for an indefinite length of time, and we are accumulating stuff. And it's amazing how quick you accumulate. Like, you're just like, oh, we'll just get that and that. And that's the thing, if you're in a house that's been there for a while, it's like all that paperwork, all that stuff, that it's a really important part of your life to be like, okay, I'm letting go of it. So that is one of my favorite things. And you'll get more energy, like you'll get more vibrancy. And if you're struggling with feeling sick or with low energy, low enthusiasm for life, I saw it with my own eyes with Ken when we did the first massive declutter in our house. He was like a different person the next day. He was like up at 7 o'clock. Oh my God, we're going to do more. And I was like, who is this? I used to be like, come on, let's do this. Like, be really nice. And all of a sudden, it was like Mr. Energizer Bunny running around the house, like clearing stuff and putting stuff in. I was like, who's this alien? You know, and now he's great for declutter, and we both are. We're just like, yeah, on top of it. And you feel lighter and healthier and happier.
It's really, really needed. And in fact, we've just done the exact same thing as we prepare to travel west, which we're currently doing step by step. We're not doing it in one big sort of trip. And we have to, when you're in a place for an extended period, as you say, you accumulate stuff so quickly. But what I'm loving is the constant opportunity to reassess. Like you say, going through the clothes, going through the wardrobe, looking at whether, it fills me with joy. Do I get really excited when I look at it? And this applies to anything in life. And if it doesn't, then, being ruthless. And this is one of the first things that I get my clients to do, not only decluttering their physical environment, but also their diary. Have a look into your diary and have a look and see what is in your diary that's been in there, maybe as a recurring appointment or sort of date that you have. Do you have a drink with the same group of people every Friday night? And actually you really don't want to be doing it, because it's a habit and it feels comfortable, things like that. So thinking about what are you surrounding yourself with, not just sort of in your home, but also in your physical environment, in terms of the company that you're keeping, the programs that you're watching, the newspapers that you're reading. It really does all apply.
Yeah. And I love, you just kind of brought up like another topic that is like one of my favorite parts of feng shui is what we surround ourselves by is so important, and obviously environment, but what we then bring into that environment, and especially imagery. So pictures, if you have loads of pictures, I like a blank white wall behind me here, but okay, I'm just going to show you, you can see it. Like, this is one of our paintings that me and Ken made here, and it's like love with red, because we want to add that color into this area to balance it. But it's about us, it's about connecting our energy together and that whole idea. But a lot of people, and especially this is one with the single women, we'd go to their houses and they would have pictures of single women, just like, or statues of single women, or little love hearts all on their own. Like, one house, one lady had 18 love hearts all around her house, individual. And we were like the Lonely Hearts Club, it was so scary. It was like, oh my God. And images of like pictures of big bodies of water with one little boat, like all symbolizing singular, all symbolizing everything looking alone or lonely. And that was the imagery that was affecting their subconscious. So on the flip side of that, in our bedroom in Ireland, we had this imagery at the bottom of our bed, which I was like, I know what I want. I want a picture of a beautiful couple. And when I found this painting, I was like, I love it. It's like this couple of a girl leaning into a guy to have a kiss. And it reminded me of our first date. So I was like, this is the perfect picture for us to have at the end of our wall. I did not pay too much attention to what was actually in the rest of the painting. And a few months later, when a friend of mine came to visit, she's looking at the painting, she's like, oh, there's you and Ken and Marley. And about like 3 months after we put that painting up, we ended up getting a new dog. I had never wanted a dog. Our neighbor rescued it, and he is identical. Same size, same curly tail, same like hairy, scruffy little like terrier, identical. And she was like, there's Marley. And I would say, oh my God, like this happens so subconsciously to us that we end up manifesting this little dog. I honestly have no kind of like desire or want for a dog, and he just landed in our life. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And that's the power of the images that they can affect you. And there's the whole idea of feng shui with using manifesting using vision boards. And one of my favorite projects is working with people to feng shui their vision board, because of using that whole holistic view of but it's the imagery that is so powerful. So be so mindful, like go around and look at every picture in your house and be like, does this spark joy? Recently, one of the women on the program had a picture. She sent me a message. She's like, I have this big picture of a boat that my husband was used to work on or something. And I was like, all right. She's like, where should I move it? And I told her where to move it into the right place for her home. And a few days later, she gets me an email. Sends me an email. And she's like, you will never, ever guess what? I moved that painting, and my husband's after getting offered a job on a boat. Like, seriously, she moved it into the right area. And I can't remember what area. I think it was career that she moved it into, because so we had a chat about it. But she was like, you'll never get, we got offered this job on a boat. And like, they live in Ireland. The boat job is in Australia. Like, it's like so way out there. And that's the thing. It's like the power of the image of where it is located around your house, specifically with feng shui. But if it does not spark joy in you, like, get rid of it. So we were talking on a call the other night, and one woman was talking about an image that she had, oh my God, what's Muhammad Ali, the famous boxer, picture of him in the center of Gua, which is like your health and unity and like health, vibrancy, health. And he had just knocked out an opponent, and he was like lying fast on the floor. And I was like, that's a pretty aggressive painting image to have in your house, especially if you're not a boxer. And if you're not, this is a family home. And I was like, you don't want pictures that are like aggressiveness or fighting or anger. And, it's the same with in your kitchen, the whole idea of knife blocks. Like, we'd be like really anti knife blocks, because they're a weapon. And you put your knives into a drawer, because it's like a visual, dangerous item that's on display all the time. And, it's so nice to have these big knife blocks, but honestly, put them in a drawer. There's like one day we walk into the kitchen, we're like, put your knives into a drawer. So there's so many things. It's like the visual, how it can affect your subconscious mind, and just make sure that the imagery that you have surrounding you is what you want to attract into your life.
Wonderful. Wow, I have learned so much. I mean, I don't have a permanent kitchen of my own at the moment anyway, but I used to have 2 knife blocks. So, I definitely make a mental note of that. Okay, Patricia, as we draw to an end, if I was to say to you, you've got 30 seconds to share a message. I know you're passionate about all of this. I mean, it's been an absolute pleasure to hear you speak. But if I was to ask you to share one final message with our audience today, what you feel is really, really important for both men and women to continue to upgrade their life, utilizing this amazing spirituality or science, philosophy, whatever you prefer to call it, what would it be?
I think it would just go back to make sure that everything that you surround yourself with sparks joy in your life. And once it sparks joy, you're in that much higher vibration of attracting what you want into your life and allowing those upgrades to come in, because you're not allowing the other stuff to drag you down. So just really have a clear look around and make sure that everything around you sparks joy.
Wonderful. So as Abraham Hicks says, if it doesn't feel good, then avoid it. Don't do it.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, wonderful. For sure. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's been an absolute joy and pleasure. Would you share with our audience where they can come and find you if they want to?
Yeah, for sure. So they can get in touch with me at patricialogan.com. Or we actually, I don't know when this is going out, but we have some cool webinars about feng shui for prosperity and success coming out, and that's at insideoutfengshui.com. So patricialogan.com if you want to know more about me and my stuff, but also my husband and I's project, insideoutfengshui.com. It's our feng shui program for success and prosperity. Woo!
Yay! Lovely. And if you haven't already done so, do go over to the Facebook group, Upgrade with Maria Kay, or the website under the same name. And there's a load of free resources there for you, as well as the podcast library if you're just joining us for the first time and you want to go back into the archives and start from the beginning, because it really is a step-by-step process. You know, we never get it done, guys. We are always upgrading moment by moment. So just allow that, you know, be patient. And if it doesn't feel good, do something different. Until next time, sending you as much courage